This isn't just another story about some big business deal. This is really about the physical blueprints for our digital future. We're going to dive into how AI is actually being built, one massive, power-hungry data center at a time.
So it all starts with this number, 10 gigawatts. Just let that sink in. That's the absolutely staggering amount of custom AI computing power that OpenAI and the semiconductor giant Broadcom just announced they're going to build together. And get this partnership has been cooking behind the scenes for 18 months. It's one of the biggest AI infrastructure projects ever even imagined.
But okay, 10 gigawatts, it's just a number, right? What does that actually look like in the real world? To really get our heads around this, let's break down what that amount of energy could actually do.
The sheer scale here is, well, it's kind of mind-boggling. We're talking about enough electricity to power over 8 million homes. That's not one, not two, but 5 times the output of the Hoover Dam. Or think of it this way. A single 1 gigawatt data center is often described as a tiny city in itself. So yeah, this is an industrial project on a truly historic scale. Now, a project as colossal isn't just for show. It's a direct, necessary response to AI's absolutely insatiable appetite for power. It turns out, the smarter these models get, the hungrier they become.
And this brings us to a really core problem, something called the demand paradox. You'd think, right, that making an AI 10 times more efficient would cut its energy needs. But what actually happens is that efficiency makes it so useful and so cheap that demand just explodes. So every time we get a leap in efficiency, it's immediately swamped by an even bigger leap in how much we use it.
And you can see this exponential growth perfectly just by looking at OpenAI's own journey. Their very first cluster, which was 2 megawatts, Sam Altman now calls it adorable. By the end of this year, they're going to hit 2 gigawatts. And with their recent deals, they're on a path toward 30 gigawatts. And even that, they say, will barely be enough. It's just wild.
So, okay, how is OpenAI even planning to tackle this monumental challenge? Well, instead of just buying more and more off-the-shelf parts, they're going right to the source and building their own custom solutions from the ground up.
After 18 months of working on this pretty quietly, the partnership is now public. OpenAI is designing its very own custom processors. People call them XPUs, which is just a general term for these specialized chips. And these are going to be perfectly tailored to what their AI models need. Broadcom, one of the best in the business, is going to handle the actual development and deployment. Now, it is really important to understand this isn't about replacing NVIDIA. Not at all. OpenAI has massive deals with them, and with AMD too. What this is really about is creating a diverse zoo of processors. See, with different chips optimized for different kinds of tasks, they can avoid bottlenecks and always use the best tool for whatever job is at hand.
But why? Why go through all the incredible trouble and expense of designing your own chips? Well, the answer lies in this strategy that's all about having total control over every single step of the process, from the tiniest transistors to the final tokens of information. This quote from Sam Altman just perfectly captures their entire philosophy. He says, "You can view us as, we melt sand, we run energy through it, and we get intelligence out the other end." The entire mission is basically framed around one single metric. How can we maximize the intelligence we get from every single watt of energy? It's all about pure, raw efficiency. And the way they achieve this is through a really powerful strategy called vertical integration. So instead of buying separate parts from a bunch of different companies and hoping they all work together, you design the entire system, the hardware, the software, the whole shebang, as one single cohesive unit.
So here's what that looks like in the real world. It means they're optimizing every single layer of the stack. They're designing the chip's transistors, building custom server racks, making sure the AI algorithms are perfectly aligned with the hardware, and then finally optimizing the delivery of every single token or piece of data to you, the user.
Now here's where things get really fascinating, almost like something out of science fiction. OpenAI is actually using its own AI models to help design these new chips. The AI analyzes the designs made by humans and finds all these clever ways to optimize them, leading to what they call massive area reductions. This creates this incredible feedback loop. A smarter AI designs better hardware, which then runs an even smarter AI, and on it goes.
So this whole strategy, it connects to a much grander vision. This isn't just about one company's supply chain. This is about laying the actual foundation for a technology that could literally reshape our world.
I mean, listen to this. Sam Altman himself believes this whole build-out could be one of the biggest industrial projects in human
history. That is not a small claim. He's putting it on the same level as some of the most massive undertakings we've ever attempted, suggesting it's going to have a similar impact on the entire global economy.
And you know, history shows us that this kind of fundamental change doesn't happen overnight. It took about a century to build out the railroad network. The internet as we know it took roughly 30 years to fully deploy. Building the infrastructure for AI, well, that's not a 5-year plan. It's a decades-long global commitment.
So, what is the ultimate goal here? It's not just about building faster models for a handful of people. It's about solving what they call compute scarcity for good. This idea that there just isn't enough processing power to go around for everybody. The vision is for a future where anyone with a great idea has the resources to actually build it.
This is the kind of infrastructure you need to power a world where every single person has their own personal AI agent working for them 24/7, helping them achieve whatever their goals are. It's a huge shift from AI being a tool you use to AI being a partner that works for you.
So as we see the physical foundations of this future being built, right now, it leaves us with a pretty provocative question to think about. In a world of computational abundance, where your own personal AI is always on and always helping, what's the very first thing you would ask it to do?